friends, how are you? It is time for a Global Tarot Circle. I am Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother, and I am so happy to be here. We actually do meetups, tarot meetups on YouTube twice a month, and this is Global Tarot Circle. This is a meetup we've been doing online since 2012. We started on WebEx, then we moved it to Facebook. Then we've moved it to YouTube, and here we are. So a couple of things. I want to remind you that we have a free class coming up here on YouTube this Saturday, 10:30 a.m., Major Arcana Pairing. We're going to be looking at how different Major Arcana cards get along with each other and what we can learn about the cards when we do that. So that's what we're doing then. I hope to see you there. I also want to remind you that tickets for StarCon are available right now in person in Palm Beach Gardens and online, January 21st through 23rd. Go to starcon.com, STAARCON.com, and get your ticket. Okay, a few of you know exactly what to do. So nice to see all of you here. Go ahead and do as Clumsy Clairvoyance has done. Say where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. I am in Palm City, Florida, and we get a drum roll for this. I am working with a brand new deck. It's a brand new deck to me, and it's a brand new deck to the world. It is Aunt Lily's Tarot deck by Claire Lily. And we know Claire because she's a member here. We have two Claires. We have Claire C., who is Claire without an I. She's here today, so nice to see you, also a member. And Claire with an I is what I usually call her. That's Claire Lily. And she has designed a deck she will be presenting at StarCon. So we're looking forward to that. And I, for the very first time, because I just got the deck today, am using her tarot deck today. So that's exciting. All right. So go ahead and tell us where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. So happy to see all of you. A special shout out to our members. We know who the members are because their names are in green. But we appreciate everyone for being here. And if you're just here for the first time or if you're watching in replay, please do go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so that you will always get notified when we're live here. And again, remember, we will be back with a class Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. All right, so we spend the first half hour or so of our time together doing readings. And so go ahead, tell us where you are and what deck you're using. And then if you have a burning question, go ahead and put it in, and we will do those readings. And the way that works, and I think most of you who are here know this, but I'll just reiterate it. What will happen is I will do a single card reading for that question. I'll do it in the order that I see it. And then anyone else who would like to, you will put the name of the person, again, a single card, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. So if we're reading for you, don't just listen to me. Make sure you go through the comments, interact with the people here, and get the rest of your reading. So if you have a burning question, go ahead and put it in. But first, let us know where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. So happy to see all of you here. Oh, Mystic's Haven was the first one here. Was she? Yeah, first one here. And got it, all did it, knew the right thing to do. Thank you so much, Mystic's Haven, from Georgia, using Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Very good. And that'll be our first question as well, will be from Mystic's Haven. Claire C., in Port Charlotte, Florida, using Radiant Rider-Waite. Sarah's in Miami, Clumsy Clairvoyance in the high desert of California, using Celestial Tarot. The Cat Steventon Celestial Tarot, the one that's all astrological. Is it that one? I like that one. Laura's in Kona, Hawaii, using Wandering Traveler, a Kickstarter deck. Okay. And 12-Step Tarot, so nice to see you. That's Denise in Lutz, that's Florida, using the Smith-Waite Centennial Edition, one of my favorites. Betty Fleischer, so nice to see you. 12-Step Tarot, Betty Fleischer, thank you for being members here. Tarot Royale in Madison, West Virginia. Hey, Amy Foreman, you threatened to be here, and here you are. So happy to see you. Very good. Karen Winkle, also a member in Vancouver, Washington, using Everyday Witch. So happy to see you. Iva Morris is in Palm Beach Gardens, the physical home of StarCon. Yay. Iva's a member here. Thank you so much for being a member. And Iva is using the Rider-Waite. All right. So go ahead. Let us know where in the world you are, what deck you're using, and if you have a burning question. And we will now get started with readings. The first one I see is Mystics Haven. And if you would like to do this reading at Mystics Haven, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Here's the burning question. What might be my role in helping my friend, a beautiful light worker who is struggling with both alcoholism and a troublesome marriage? Well, first of all, I'm so sorry you have a friend who's going through that. What might be your role here? Temperance. So that's really interesting because, like, very literally, temperance can talk about not drinking. The word, like the temperance society, right? Temperance is also about balance and patience and caution and creativity and finding the right blend. So I feel like you do need to be present for this person. We all know that you can't fix the problem. But I think you can gently and firmly let the person know what you see is needed and be there as a friend. I think that's the best you're going to do. But, temperance, I think, is a very helpful card here because, like, temperance for me is the ultimate how not to be crazy card. And so I think you can help this person find their balance. I really do. And that will help. All right. Okay, looking for the next question. Let me scroll down some and see if we have some anyone checking in with where they are. It is the Kay Stevenson deck. I love Spiral Tarot. It's one of my favorites. I've not connected with Celestial as much. I don't know why, probably because I'm not an astrologer, perhaps. But yeah, it's, I love that. Okay. All right. So let me just say hi to a couple people. Melanie, nice to see you. Dave Victor, nice to see you. Where is the next question? Smile Soul 20 is the next question. Smile Soul 20. So nice to see you. Thank you for being a member here, and thanks for being here today. My question is, what does the universe want me to know? Always a good question. If you would like to do this reading at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see what we got here. The Hermit. So on one hand, this really speaks of acquiring wisdom and recognizing that you are growing in wisdom. It may speak to a new mentor. This may be someone at work who will be helping you learn a new position, something of that nature. It also speaks to your love life where there is a certain amount of loneliness. And that's obviously a difficult thing. But again, the key is to find your wisdom, to be in that place of wisdom, and all good things will emanate from that. All right. Next question I see is from Karen Winkle. Karen, thanks for being a member here. So nice to see you. For the first time in all his 30 years, I've had a falling out with my son. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. And is this the son who just got married? What can I do to repair the damage? So let's take a look and see. If you'd like to do this reading at Karen Winkle, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And can I just speak as a mother of people that age? Honestly, if you hadn't had some kind of issue up until this point, you're lucky. And it's not abnormal, I guess is kind of my point. It's not abnormal. All right, but let's see. What do we see here as a reading? The Four of Cups. So I'm looking at that and I'm feeling like he's being a little attitudinal. I know it takes two. And I know as the mother, as the adult in the room, even though he's also an adult, you want to be the one who tries to repair the damage. I get that. But man, he's kind of got an attitude. And so I feel like you may need to let him stew in his juices for a minute. It may be at this point that anything that you attempt will be rebuffed. Is that a word? Rebuked, rebuffed, whatever. Maybe those are two different words. I just don't know. But the point is, I'm not sure that he will let you. And so let's see what other people have to say. But the key may be patience, to give it some time. And to not feel guilty about it. You know, whatever your role is here, he's got an attitude. All right. Okay, very good. Yolanda's in Florida using the Rider-Waite, and Yolanda is a member here. Very good. And thank you, everyone, for doing readings. It's so nice to see you. Yolanda's question. Love life. When and how will I meet a new love? I think it's coming soon. Let's take a look and see. The Six of Swords reversed. Like, that's certainly not the most romantic card. And in its reversal, there's a question of logic here. That there may be some things you need to take care of first before you get to that space. So I would say it's not a matter of when and where. It's a matter of what you need to do to get to that place where you'll be ready for it. All right, so anyone who wants to do that reading, at Yolanda, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, next question from Sarah. Sarah, thank you so much for being a member here. How can I overcome my fear of public speaking? And of course, we all know Toastmasters, right? I've been getting panic attacks when on stage. I know that's hard. I'm so sorry. Let's take a look. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, the Moon. So this is an interesting card in this context. It's a nice moon card too, isn't it? So it's an interesting card in this context. And when we look at that, you know, it sort of says, on one hand, you need to trust yourself more. On the other hand, it might be a matter of really needing to become more practiced, more familiar with it. You know, there is so much with the moon that is about the unknown. And anytime you speak publicly, even if you know exactly what you're going to say, it's unknown because you don't know how well you're going to do or how people are going to react. So I feel like the more practice you have, the better. And so this is where I'm back to Toastmasters or something of that nature really will help. Okay. Ms. Voice, nice to see you. Glad you're here. Claire C., thank you so much for being here and thanks for being a member. Was my deceased mother guiding me to bring my tarot deck with me while visiting the home of my birth, and why? What a great question. If you would like to do this reading, at Claire C., the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Page of Pentacles reversed, yes, because it's part of you and has always been part of you, even before you knew it. Even before you knew it, that psychic connection, that connection to spirit has always been a part of you and has always been with you. Okay, lots of great readings here. Okay, clumsy clairvoyance. And again, thank you for being a member here. Here's the question. I would like to do a new spell. Any suggestions on what kind of spell would be beneficial for me at this time? What a fun question. If you would like to do this reading at Clumsy Clairvoyance, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Queen of Cups reversed, a spell to heal your heart. Whatever's going on in your heart that needs healing, now's the time to do it. Okay. Ms. Voice, will I be able to get a green card in a year or maybe a year and a half? If you'd like to do this reading, at Ms. Voice, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And I'd love to see what other people get for Clumsy Clairvoyance, what kind of spells you're going to do for her. I'm going to try to read those and see. Anyway, Ms. Voice, will I be able to get a green card in a year? The Hierophant reversed. I feel like it's going to take longer than that. I do. I think it's going to take a little while, maybe a year and a half, maybe even longer. It's going to take a minute. Okay, Peggy Lou, nice to see you. Okay. Let's see. Hang on a minute. I just up-scrolled. Okay, and here's Peggy Lou. Nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here in Oak Hill, Florida, using the Golden Art Nouveau. And Karen, he's being very attitudinal. Yeah, seriously, it's the son who just got married. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, very good. And the floor is open for more questions. Thanks, everyone, for doing readings. We are ready for more questions. And if you haven't asked a question, you're not sure what to ask, a good question is always, what does the universe want me to know, as Smile Soul 20 did? Okay. Lots of good readings. Thank you, everyone, for participating. And if you do a reading, you need to say the name of the person you're reading for. Because we've got so many readings going on here, there's no way to know what's for what, who's for who. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Sorry, I'm just reading. Hey, Joanne Matthew, I haven't seen you in a long time. Oh, thank you, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, Caroline Ironwill, nice to see you. So here's what we do here. Anyone with a burning question will ask a question. I'll pull one card and answer. And then anyone else who wants to do the reading will do the reading. And when you do, you have to put the name of the person you're reading for, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. And so that if we read for you, you have to read all the way through. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Okay. So the next one that I see is Peggy Lou Levens. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What does the universe want me to do next? Good question. If you'd like to do this reading, at Peggy Lou Levens, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see what we got here. The Knight of Pentacles. So first of all, do not expect anything to happen really quickly. But I think you have to look at, like, what are the things you need to work on? I think health is important for you to be working on your health. There might be something about gardening or home, working on those things, working on making sure the finances are where they need to be, just very slowly and surely working on all those resources. Okay. And the next question I see, what does the universe want me to know? From Iva Morris. Excuse me, Iva, thank you for being a member here, and thanks for being here this evening. So glad you're here. Okay. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading for Iva, at Iva Morris, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Queen of Wands. So for a long time, there's been a lot of frustration, but I feel like you are coming to a place, Iva, where you're feeling spiritually, creatively, in a good space, and where you're feeling your leadership in a positive way. So I don't know if you're already here or on your way here, but it sure does look like improvement to me. Okay. Okay, E.T., thanks for being here. For the very first time, glad you're here. Do I carry a family curse? Interesting question. And this is an interesting teachable moment because not everyone here will probably believe in the idea of family curse, but then you could see it with a different nomenclature. Just looking at generational trauma, could also be seen as a family curse. And the other thing is you don't necessarily have to believe in a thing to do a reading on a thing. So if you want to take a stab at this, go ahead. At ET, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Do I carry a family curse? Let's see what comes up. The Five of Swords. See, to me, I think you're battling your battle. Whatever you're dealing with, I don't think has to do with your family. It has to do with you. It has to do with what's going on in your own mind, in your own life. And that means you have control. You have control to be able to fix things and change things. Okay, Joanne Matthew, I'm sorry to hear there's a current crisis, but let's take a look and see what we see. Okay, if you'd like to do this reading at Joanne Matthew, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what outcome can I expect from my current crisis? Let's take a look and see. Four of Pentacles reversed. I think it's going to fix in a better way than you're anticipating. I think there will be a fix. It may come from an unexpected place. It may come from someone helping you. But one way or the other, I think there's a fix. Let's see what other people have to say. At Joanne Matthew, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Okay, Caroline Ironwill. And Caroline herself has a channel by her name, Caroline Ironwill. So make sure you hop over there and subscribe to her as soon as you get a chance. All right. Here we go. I'd love some info about my love life. Does the universe see a long-term partner for me ever? All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Caroline Ironwill, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Let's see what we got here. Knight of Swords reversed. So, what this says to me is that you are very clear that you only want a suitable partner, right? No one who's immature, no one who's stupid, no one who's dishonest, none of that. And I feel like there's been a lot of that in the past. So it's interesting to me that this does not really say anything specific for the future, but does talk about the past, what you do not want. And it may be that there is still some wounding from that needs to be healed in order to welcome something new in. See what other people have to say. Okay, 12-step tarot. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at 12-Step Tarot, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And Denise, thank you so much for being a member here. The Sun reversed. I feel like there are some things in your life that are going so well, but something that's bugging you. Whatever's bugging you, and it's maybe small as compared to the many blessings and the things that you really enjoy in your life. It may really be small, but whatever's bugging you, no matter how small, must be addressed. You cannot go without addressing it. All right, lots of great readings going on here. Thank you, everybody, for doing that, for doing readings. Hey, Kim, glad you're here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just, I overscrolled. Okay, I'm seeing so many good readings here. Okay. And Fast Horse, so nice to see you, Fast Horse. Glad you're here. Some prayers, having open heart surgery on Tuesday. Sorry to hear about that, but we hope that it will be a healing experience for you. That's obviously what it's meant to be. I see that as a request for prayers, not reading. And so we are all giving you those prayers. And if you do have a question about that or anything else, we would be happy to read for you. And Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you so much. I was trying to see, did anyone else answer your question about what kind of spell to do? I was all about the heart healing here. Did anyone else do that reading? Thank you very much for the super sticker. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. And Karen Winkle says that Caroline Iron will definitely find a long-term partner. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. That's a good thing. Okay, so this is last call for readings. We're about to go into our tarot conversation portion of our program. So the floor is still open for readings, but will close shortly. So if you want a reading, now is the time to get that request in. And the floor is now open for any questions about tarot at all, about doing readings, about particular cards and how you interpret them, about techniques, about a reading you've done that you didn't understand, anything at all regarding tarot. And I have an exercise that I would like to do with you. So we'll be doing that in just a few moments. Go ahead and finish the readings that you're doing. And again, right now, we're in that in-between space where I will entertain readings and questions about tarot. So go ahead and get them in there. And Fast Horse has a question, wants to see how the surgery is going to go. Okay, so that's an interesting one. There are a lot of readers who are very uncomfortable doing anything about a medical reading. I have no, like the question, I like the rephrase on it for me is, what do you need to know going into this surgery? And if anyone else would like to do this question at Fast Horse, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Six of Swords reversed. You're the second person to get this card today, obviously in different context. And I feel like this surgery is absolutely necessary. There is no way around it. It is absolutely the right thing. And you can go in knowing that this is what is needed. That's the most important thing. This is what is needed. Oh, there were a few replies, Clumsy Clairvoyance. That's good. That's good. Very good. Okay. And so the floor is open for questions about tarot. We're finishing up our readings. Any last stragglers, questions for readings? Now's the time. Oh, Clumsy Clairvoyance's question is she wants to do a spell and wants to know what kind of spell would benefit her most. I just thought that was so great. So great. Oh, Caroline, that's a great reading for Fast Horse. That makes me very, very happy to see. Absolutely. All right, so questions about tarot and tarot readings. I traveled up to Merritt Island this past week to teach a live tarot class at my friend Kim Danbert's group. That meets, it's the funniest thing, it meets at this store that is owned by someone that I have known since the 90s up in Connecticut. We're down here in Florida. And he owns this store an hour and a half from me. When I used to run a psychic fair, he was one of my vendors. And so it's just so funny that he has this store here, and Kim Danbert, who's a very well-known reader, that's kind of her home base. So I went up as a guest teacher, and we did tarot and mediumship. And I did an exercise with them, and I've done similar exercises with you before, but since it's October, I thought it would be fun to do a mediumship exercise with you if you are willing. Okay, so I'm seeing readings continuing. I'm not seeing other questions. So let's go forward. For those of you who would like to do an exercise in tarot mediumship in 3 questions, this is a 3-question dialogue. What that means is you'll ask a question, you'll pull a few cards. You will read the cards together in that mooshing way that we do, where it's not necessarily the order that they come up in. You can put them in any order, but you read them together to give you information. And then you'll put those cards back in your deck, shuffle, and do the next question. So this is a tarot operation specific to get information about a loved one who is in spirit. So to start, go ahead and shuffle your deck. And if you're still doing readings, that's okay. You can catch up. And what you're going to do is think about, timing and tarot. Good question from Caroline. I love it. Timing and tarot. Do you see certain cards related to certain time lengths? Let's handle this question, then we'll go back to the exercise. Thank you so much. But I want you to be thinking about a particular person who's passed on that you want to get a message from. Figure out who that person is and turn your attention for just a moment to Caroline's question. Certain cards related to certain lengths of time. If there are, go ahead and tag it time and tell us which cards are related to certain lengths of time for you. So for me, the Knight of Swords and the 8 of Wands are quick. The Knight of Pentacles is slow. The Hermit and Temperance are both related to time. But I don't do anything with like the Wands would be weeks or fall, or I don't do any of that kind of stuff. It's never worked for me. I'll work with the numbers, so like 8 might be August or 10 might be October. I'll work with it more that way. So if anyone wants to share particular cards that are related to timing for them or how you do timing, go ahead and tag it time. and share. It's always an interesting topic. And I will turn your attention for anyone who's interested in this, in the playlist, Live Tarot Webinars, there is a class we did a little while ago called, I think, Time and Tarot, or Tarot and Time, or something like that, where we talk about different timing techniques and what has worked for us. All right. And again, any other questions about tarot, go ahead and put them in. We are the kings and queens and non-gender leaders of multitasking, so we can do more than one thing at once. Okay, so the 3-question dialogue for mediumship. Once you have thought about who this person, once you have thought about the person that you want to get a message from, the first thing you're going to do is pull a few cards. And when I say a few cards, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably not more than 5, to describe who this person was in life. Who this person was in life. So go ahead, think about your person and pull some cards to describe who they were in life, and see how you can put these cards together to say something about this person. Okay, and clumsy clairvoyance about timing. I agree, repetitive numbers in the cards can be related to this in particular. Yes, 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 absolutely. And as you do this exercise, excuse me, as you do this exercise, if you have questions about why these cards are coming up for a particular person, definitely let me know. And I'm going to do actually a person that I did not know in life. My grandfather passed away while my mother was pregnant with me. My mother's father died while she was pregnant with me. And so I was born into a grieving house. And so I'm going to do my grandfather, and I'll do this as an example. Who was he in life? And I didn't know him. So I've got 5 cards, and you know, the legends about him were many. And it's an interesting thing. Ace of Cups reversed, 3 of Wands, Hierophant reversed, King of Cups reversed, 6 of Wands. He died at a fairly young age, and drugs and alcohol were definitely involved. He was a pharmacist, and he was, as my family would say, his own best customer. So he was sort of, you know, he was doing things he should not have done. And I think the 3 of Wands says he liked being a business owner. But Ace of Cups reversed and King of Cups reversed, he had some serious emotional issues. And they were completely unaddressed. Hierophant reversed. He did not follow the rules. He did not do the things he should have done. And that's the truth of it. So see what you see about your person. And if you have other thoughts about timing, or if you have other questions about tarot, go ahead and put them in. And if you have thoughts or questions about your person when they were alive, go ahead and share them. And you'll get to it when you get to it. But the second question is about their passing. The moment of their passing. How did they experience that? How did they experience going from one world into the next? What was that like for them? What did they experience? And again, having picked up all the cards, go ahead and shuffle and pull a few cards to see that. And here is a question from Iva. What are ways that readers prepare mentally and spiritually before reading? Very, very good question. Do you meditate? Do you use incense? Do you say a prayer? What do you do? I do prayers and invocation, grounding, centering, psychic protection. Anyone else want to ring in on that with Iva? Go ahead and tag it preparation. Caroline's doing the mediumship, the first operation of the mediumship exercise. So Grandma, we got the Five of Wands, the Fool, the Hermit reversed. She played her role in the family social dance. She loved babies. Everyone thought she was wise, but she didn't know what she was doing. She had imposter syndrome. Wow. Wow. And then Sarah's got for clumsy clairvoyance, Sarah has spells for her right here. So that's cool, Caroline. Very good. So I'm going to go ahead and do Caroline for Iva, hydrate. Yeah, I've got like a water bottle, another water bottle. I kid you not. Yes, so true. So true. Peggy Lou Levens, my person is my paternal grandmother, Queen of Cups, Nine of Cups, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Empress. Love it. It nailed it. Okay, so what did they experience at the time of passing? And Dave Victor, I just want to let you know, because we'd had some issues before where I wasn't seeing you. I knew you were here, but I wasn't seeing what you were saying. I have seen you doing some readings. I saw you say hi. I did not see any questions from you. And so far, I've not seen any comments from you. So if I'm not seeing all your stuff, I would like to know. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next part of the exercise. At the moment of transition, what did they experience? So I actually pulled 6 cards. Check this out. King of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, Chariot reversed, 2 of Wands, Knight of Swords reversed, King of Pentacles reversed. I feel like he was ultimately happy to be at the gates of the great beyond, but the struggle to leave was hard. There were people, and I know there were a lot of like paramedics and stuff trying to keep him with us. But I also feel that some, like all these reverse cards, all these court cards, might have to do with relatives on this side that he felt bad about leaving, and maybe relatives on the other side. You know, I mean, he had a hard transition is how it really looks. Okay. Amy Foreman, mediumship, my unborn child. Gonna make me cry. 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, High Priestess, and Lovers. She came as a teacher, focused mission, rooted in love, quick in and quick out. Yeah. Karen Winkle, mediumship, Ace of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, reversed, Tower, Page of Cups, 10 of Wands. She was very smart, didn't work outside the home. Her will could create havoc in the family, and she had many burdens. Makes sense. Betty Flesher, father's experience at death reversed. It feels like he didn't want to go. And strength, he didn't want to go. He was fighting to stay, is what that feels like to me. How do you interpret it? That's what I would say. And I might want a little more, few cards to see what happened when he got to the other side. Caroline, oh wow, grandma's moment of passing. Devil reverse, moon reverse, strength reverse. She was afraid. Thought it would be more spiritual, but was quite clinical and cold. She felt helpless and wasn't ready. Dave Victor, there you are. I'm seeing a comment now. My mom, we did not mesh. 6 of Swords reverse. She could not progress spiritually or emotionally. Hierophant reverse. She was a slave to anyone in authority. Lovers, she could not engage with people. Feared them. Okay, thank you, Dave. I didn't want to miss anything. Melanie Pardis, the mother's death. 3 of Wands reverse, Queen of Cups, 9 of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Pentacles, Tower reverse. The fight was over. No need to watch the living. Released the earth, new opportunity, went with loving and nurturing. Very good. Claire C., sister's experience during passing, 5 of Swords, confused and trying to leave a legacy with 4 of Wands reversed. Sure, makes sense. And so then the final question in this 3-question operation, and if you need to pull more cards to understand that transition, like if the reading is all about like what they were experiencing here, definitely pull more cards to see what they experienced on the other side. Sometimes a court card is a person who was there to greet them, so that we get some sense of what it was like for them coming into the other side. And so make sure you do that. If it becomes a 4-piece operation, that's perfectly okay. Perfectly okay. So to pull some cards, what did they experience as they stepped in to the other side? Because it feels like a lot of these particular readings seem to be about what they were experiencing as they were leaving. So you could ask the specific question, and what did they experience as they came to the other side? Peggy Lou, my mom on passing, 2 of Cups, Justice, Knight of Pentacles, Empress, and Knight of Cups. I wonder if her mother was there. I wonder if she had lost a son, if her son was there maybe, or a brother with the Knight of Cups. Karen Winkle at passing, 10 of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Judgment, 4 of Swords, the Lovers. She was alone, wasn't found for several days. It wasn't a quick ending, hard Judgment Day, and reunited with Gramp. Very good. Very good. So Peggy Lou, it does look like there's a lot of reunion with yours. Okay. And so then the final operation is, what is the message for me? Is there a message for me? What is the message for me from this person? And the same thing. I love this exercise. I really do. And I do it with clients as well. And it's interesting with people you don't know. Like you can see with someone you know or have heard stories about, you can make the cards fit. But you can do this with a client. You didn't have to know the person to see how the person was, right? I'll share mine in a moment. Clumsy clairvoyance. I was with my dad during his passing. I just graduated high school, 2 of Wands. He loved life and knew my mom would take his passing hard, so perhaps hesitation, sure. Kim, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. I think my uncle had an easy transition. 3 of Wands, High Priestess, Wheel, King of Swords, and 6 of Cups. He did say he wasn't afraid, but he was only 60 and 3 kids still in school, so it must have been hard. But 6 of Cups, I would see like reuniting with some people he knew when he was younger. Right, and accepting of the cycle, sure, totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. So my message from my grandfather. Knight of Cups reversed. He was sorry he didn't get to be with me with the 5 of Pentacles, but the Queen of Wands, which is my significator. So he sees me and he sees who I am and he is with me. So that felt good, right? So this can be a very healing practice. That was something, in leading this group of 14 people, doing this in person this week, the amount of healing, especially with some of the hard deaths, those who had died by suicide or those who had died recently, the amount of healing that came through, the veracity of the messages that came through, really were very, very helpful. It was really nice to see. So this is a good exercise for people. Okay, Amy. King of Pentacles reversed, 6 of Swords reversed, 3 of Pentacles. Even within the womb, she grew an attachment to us, and it was hard to let go, but she knew she had to deliver the wisdom that she came to share with us. Yeah, totally. Totally. So go ahead and share what you have. And we are coming into the last 10 minutes of our time together today. And that means it's getting time for shameless self-promotion. So if you have a YouTube channel, an Instagram account, a blog post, a website, something that you would like to share, go ahead and drop it. Let's support each other. And if you come back later to get all those things, you absolutely can. Remember that it takes 24 hours for the chat to show up again. Okay. Okay, we got the help. Thank you for using the help button, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Very good. My message from my dad, I got the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, and Death reversed. I'd love some input. So with Death reversed, I feel like I'm always with you. I may have died, but I didn't really. I'm always with you. With Ten of Swords, I recognize just how hard this was for you. And with the Ace of Pentacles, I think that he sees you kind of on the precipice of creating what you want to create in life, and he's going to try to help you do it. So he's with you, he's trying to help you, and he knows that things have been hard, and he knows that his passing was hard. That's what I'd get. Does that make sense? Caroline, 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords, 3 of Swords. Stand up for yourself, take care of your stress levels, sleep, and heart. She had a stroke and is telling me to take better care of my health, heart. Ooh, makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. And she visits you in moments of sleeping and waiting. Okay, yes, to repeat the questions. So the first is, who were they in life? The second is their transition. And you can do that in 2 questions, here and there, or maybe you'll see that what was going on here and what happened there. So their transition. And then the third is, or the fourth is, a message. Dave Victor, moment of passing, Page of Swords reversed, Page of Wands reversed. Children who may have already passed, confronting her, sure. She had more than I knew. 4 of Wands reversed, disappointment. She was probably expecting heaven. Melanie, 10 of Wands reversed, 4 of Swords, Hierophant reversed, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands reversed. Advice. Has been a long struggle for me. Okay to let people help, rest, and consider changes beforehand. Go with non-traditional options. Amen. Okay, Karen Winkle, message, 3 of Pentacles reversed, Tower, Page of Cups, Empress, stop working so hard at work, changes coming soon. Learn more about what I love to do. She always really loved and cared for me. That's so nice. That's so nice. So, this is something that you can do for other people. This is something that you can do for yourself. So, getting into, and we have a couple of more minutes. So if more people want to share their process here, go ahead and do that. If you have questions, go ahead and do that. And if you have other tarot questions, we have a few more moments. And as I said, it is time for shameless self-promotions. Okay, help with Mom's message to me. Death, High Priestess, King of Cups, Queen of Wands. So I feel like the High Priestess is you. She sees you. And with Death, she sees all the changes you're going through and all the things that are difficult. King of Cups, Queen of Wands, I think that may speak to some of the people that she's with, some of the other family members that she's with. But also a message of love and a message of encouraging your creativity and your spirituality. Dave Victor, Queen of Swords reversed. This is the message. She knew she was not a great mom. 6 of Pentacles reversed. She gave me all she had to give. Page of Cups, never forget that I am her son. And I see the Page of Cups as a message of love. She is sending you love, Dave. Even if she wasn't good at that in life, she is sending you love. Amy, message, 9 of Wands, Knight of Cups, reverse Magician. To take care of myself and understand that this is just a different form of love than what you know. We can still create magic together. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 12-step tarot. Could the 4 of Swords indicate retirement? Absolutely yes. 100% yes. Okay, ET, Ace of Pentacles reversed, 3 of Pentacles. Is that the King of Cups reversed? 8 of Swords, Prince of Wands reversed. That was the message, and I'm not sure what it means. Anyone, please. Sure. And everyone feel, ready to help for sure. So I feel like this person who has passed on is with other people, friends and family members, and wants to help you either in terms of money or well-being or work and career, wants to help you on your journey. That's what shows up to me. Anyone else want to speak about that? Go right ahead. So we are in our last 4 minutes. I want to thank you so much. I want to remind you that we have a free class this Saturday, 10:30 a.m., Major Arcana pairing. We're going to have some fun. We'll send Major Arcana out together on dates or whatever. We'll have some fun with them. It'll be good. I want to remind you that we do have a Zoom class. It's a hybrid class here in person in Palm City and also on Zoom coming up on the 28th of August. Mediumship and Magic with Tarot. So go ahead and get your ticket for that on my website. Kim, using the help button. Message, 9 of Cups, 7 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, Justice, 5 of Cups. Okay. Are other people angry right now, Kim? Are you finding that? Because I could sort of see it as like defend yourself. Be willing to defend yourself, or don't let other people get to you. Pay attention to your work. Hold space for your grief. And recognize the many blessings that you have and the blessing that you yourself are. So with the 9 of Cups, we see blessing. With the 7 of Wands, I see your strength. And I see your ability to defend yourself from other people's crap, as you know, other people's anger, whatever. The 3 of Pentacles, I think there's a comment there just on working hard to create what you need. The 5 of Cups does seem to talk about some grief. So there may be holding space for grief regarding this person's passing or regarding something else you're dealing with, that this person wants to help you with your grief. Let me know if that makes sense. And Betty, this makes sense. Empress, 6 of Wands, Judgment. My dad is proud of how I am taking care of my mom. That totally makes sense. And Peggy Lou, final message from Mom, the Sun. Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for that. Everyone like this video, give Christiana a thumbs up. And remember to go subscribe to Caroline Ironwill and to Clumsy Clairvoyance. Please. I would think, Kim, the message would be for now, whatever you're dealing with right now. Iva, my message from my mom, 2 of Wands, Strength reversed, Hanged Man, and Queen of Pentacles reversed. I wonder was there some unresolved stuff between the two of you? It almost feels like she is saying that she recognizes some things that she could have done differently. That almost feels like an apology to me. Do you read it that way? Do you feel it that way? Dave, I was freaked out about the mediumship exercise. It was cathartic. I'd made my peace with my mom in the recent years, forgiven her. I'm glad I could reestablish some kind of connection now. Okay, so that worked for you, Kim. Good. Iva, let me know what you think about that in our final minute here. I do want to remind everyone about StarCon, STAARCON, our hybrid conference, in person in Palm Beach Gardens and online on Excellence. If you're coming in person, if you're going to be there in person in Palm Beach Gardens, get your ticket ASAP. We have a limited number of people. We have limited space for in person. So get your ticket, STAARCON.com, and get your online ticket early. Why the heck not? It gives you time to, to browse through the Excellence platform. It's a lot of fun. And we appreciate your support. So I will look forward to seeing you. I'll be back here tomorrow at noon with the Friday weekly wrap-up. And then Saturday, 10:30 a.m., this is all Eastern time, for our class. And then again, Saturday, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time for the Saturday Psychic Sampler. I want to thank you all so much. Please do like this video. And if you have not subscribed, please do. If you're watching in replay, thank you so much. We appreciate you. And I appreciate all of you for being here. Thank you so much. And a special thank you to our members who make this programming possible. It makes it sound like NPR. But I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. And I thank you so much for being here. Have a great night. We'll see you soon.